Welcome to Health, Wellbeing and Lifestyle, where experts in the field inform, educate and inspire the community to be healthier, more balanced and live the lifestyle they love. Our first guest today, Michèle Wolff, is a naturopath, author and lecturer, and the topic we'll be discussing is how toxins in our environment can affect our digestive health. Welcome, Michèle.
Hi, Megan.
How do toxins in our environment affect our digestive health?
Yeah, good question. Well, nowadays we've got over 84,000 registered chemicals that weren't there over 100 years ago. So we're having to deal and adapt to that as human beings. And in particular, it puts a big strain on the liver because the liver is constantly detoxing what we put on our skin, what we breathe in, toxins that we produce in our body from our own digestion or from stress. So you've got all sorts of environmental toxins. You've got toxins that are in food, toxins that are in the home that are off-gassing from paints, from furniture, toxins in clothes unless they're organic cotton, and toxins that are on foods, particularly if they're wrapped in plastics. Also, there's toxins in different sprays that we use, like cockroach sprays and fly sprays. And we have to deal with all of that. So with food wrapped in plastic, the softer the plastic, the more toxic it is. So something like Glad wrap would be more toxic than a hard plastic. And when it's warm or heated, then that becomes more toxic. So if you've got a water bottle in a plastic container on your front seat and it's a 35-degree day, then the phthalates from that plastic will go into the water and that disrupts the hormonal system. The liver has to try and detox that, and that puts pressure on the digestion. In food, we used to have a whole food diet without food additives and preservatives and so on, and now the food industry has developed food that lasts a long time, that never goes off on the food shelves. Well, that has an impact on the system as well, because it's foreign to the body and the liver has to detox that. And then the everyday things we do in our lifestyle, from getting up in the morning to going to bed, we can use a whole range of toxic products in the home. So makeup, deodorant, toothpaste, hairsprays, and cleaning products. So what you've got under your kitchen sink or in your bathroom cabinet is not necessarily healthy. When you buy new furniture or you use commercial paint, that's often off-gassing for a period of time and we're breathing that in. When you get a new car, I've recently got a new car, and in order to help get rid of the toxins, had to heat the car up and use carbon filters in the car. So, you know, unfortunately, a lot of things are not made with natural fibres. We don't have a lot of natural wood products now for furniture, and clothing isn't natural, and where we live we're breathing it in. In the home there can sometimes be things like mould that can really affect people. So once you've got mould in the home and it's visible, there are a whole lot of spores in the air that you're actually breathing in that's very harmful to the health. So that can be harmful to the digestive health, but also overall health and for the brain, and you can get symptoms of chronic fatigue and so on. And sometimes people get repeated chest infections or asthma from mould. So those are a few examples of toxins that just are an added burden, in particular to the liver. The kidneys and the skin and the lungs are all, and your bowel are all organs that eliminate toxins, so you want to be able to free them up as much as possible.
That's really good information, Michèle. How can we avoid toxic products in our home?
I think having more awareness and starting somewhere. So if you have food and you can't go straight away to all organic food, you could start with the Dirty Dozen. So you can look that up on the internet. So it's the 12 most highly sprayed fruits and vegetables, because pesticides can have a big effect on our digestive system and overall system. And start to look at more natural deodorants, toothpaste, products that you put on your skin, products that you eliminate insects with. There are totally natural ones. Cleaning products, you can start with more economical products like bicarb of soda and microfiber cloths. Many shops sell cleaning white vinegar, and they are very effective for cleaning. You can also use essential oils for nice smells instead of false perfumes, both if you're perfuming a room or if you're putting that on your body. So for example, rose essential oil is the essential oil that we would use as the most potent antidepressant, but it also is a really beautiful smell. So it's therapeutic as well. And avoiding as much as you can foods that are wrapped in plastic and drinks that are in plastic. You know, if you're lowering your load, you're lowering the impact that you're having on your liver and your overall digestion.
Do you have any extra advice for our viewers?
Yes. So those things that I mentioned, also if you want to look into it more deeply, there are various air filters available so that you can keep the air quality in your house really good. In particular, if you're living near a busy road, or if you've got furniture that's off-gassing, or you've recently painted your house, to be extra careful if you're planning to get pregnant, because it's been diagnosed in the cord blood of newborn babies, a huge amount of toxins that they've got when life has only just started. And to consult someone like myself or another naturopath to build that awareness so that you can keep taking steps to avoid those chemicals.
Thanks, Michèle. If you'd like to know more about how toxins in our environment affect our digestive system and Michèle Wolff, please go to her webpage on our website, healthwellbeingandlifestyle.com.au. And after the break, we have another interesting guest with another interesting topic. Stay tuned. After the break, Sue Williams, Doctor of Quantum Counselling and Clinical Hypnotherapist, will be talking about, can hypnotherapy really boost athletes and everyone's performance and general well-being? Welcome back. Our second guest today, Sue Williams, is a Doctor of Quantum Counselling and a clinical hypnotherapist. And the topic we'll be discussing today is, can hypnotherapy increase athletic and everyone's performance and our general well-being? Welcome, Sue.
Thank you, Megan. It's a real pleasure to be here.
So, Sue, can hypnotherapy really boost athlete and everyone's performance and our everyday well-being?
Certainly can, and it's been proven time and time again. In the general population as well as with athletes. And when you think of hypnosis, a lot of people think immediately of the stage hypnotists, and they're there, they serve a purpose, they're for entertainment. And when you come to a hypnotherapist, it's not scary, it's really just you going into a very relaxed state, feeling calm. They're less likely to block suggestions, and it's all about getting rid of negative mindset and installing positive suggestions moving forward. So in hypnosis of all kinds, we access the subconscious mind. We have learned by repetition. For example, we don't have to think about getting up out of the chair and walking. We don't have to consciously think, where are my legs? You know, where do I have to put my feet? The subconscious mind has learnt that by repetition from a very young age. Just think of a baby learning to walk. But the unfortunate thing about the subconscious mind is that we can train it in ways that aren't in our best interest. So anything that we are subjected to time and time again will become natural for our subconscious mind, and it will feed it back to us as normal behaviour. So if you come to a hypnotherapist, we start our session by getting you really relaxed. So we allow the conscious mind just to drift away, have a bit of a rest. And with some of the techniques, we actually formulate that the conscious mind is a separate being. And that separate being can just go and have a sleep for a while. As the hypnotherapy session progresses, that subconscious mind will often bring forward things that the person wasn't really aware of. But deep down, the subconscious mind says, excuse me, we really need to deal with this. So I'm telling you about it now, bringing it forward because perhaps it's been suppressed for a very long time. It's something that the person hasn't wanted to re-experience. So that's what we do. We bypass the analytical conscious mind, which is this frontal part of the brain where the thoughts and that sort of thing are created. We go down to the subconscious mind and then we can find what the problems are, convince the subconscious mind that it can change, and change is a huge issue with everyone. And you really need to be in that mindset of wanting to change before the hypnotherapy will be effective.
How can we use mindset and mindfulness in our everyday lives?
Well, mindset and mindfulness are very much related to hypnosis. I think they're almost a bit like self-hypnosis because we are using our mind to create change within ourselves. So if you think what you do during the day, you may get up and your first thoughts are, oh no, I have to go to that job again today. And when I get there, there's going to be all this tension and whatever. So perhaps rather than starting the day on that really low note, you get up and think, oh, wow, I have a job. I'm going to work today and I'm going to be paid. There are people there that I don't necessarily get on very well with, but perhaps if I change my tone with them, or just if I come out and just start chatting to them in a really nice way, maybe they'll chat back and there won't be this tension. But even if that doesn't work, I'll keep happy. I'll know that the job that I'm doing is worthwhile, and I am really lucky these days to have a job. So it's this mindset that we are totally capable of changing within ourselves. We just have to realise that change is possible and that more often than not it is for the good. And the funny thing with humans is we get very comfortable with our discomfort. So if you are getting up every morning and just dreading going to work, well, it's very hard to change from that because that's what you're used to. Use mindfulness, which is being aware of your own thoughts, your own actions. Doesn't cost anything, it's easy to do, and our subconscious mind learns by repetition. So the more often you get up with that changed mindset, the more you'll become used to it, the more it will become the new you.
Sue, what are 3 tips you can offer our viewers to use in their everyday lives?
Expanding more on what we were saying a moment ago is being aware. So when you get up in the morning, check yourself. What is your mindset when you get up? I'm not saying everyone gets up with that really depressed and down feeling. Some people get up and think, oh, another bright day. What can I do to make today better? And that's a fabulous mindset to have because that means you'll be able to build on that during the day. You'll be able to strike up conversations with people. And you can also use the mindset and mindfulness to feel how you are physically in your body. You can do a physical check of your body, perhaps when you get out of the shower so that you've warmed up a bit, your muscles are warmed up and you're ready to get on with your day. Just start at the top of your head, move down, check if there are any aches and pains anywhere, check if there's any tension in your neck and shoulders, and after your shower You shouldn't have tension in those areas. So if you do, then that's a good place to start. Why have I got this tension? Let me consciously loosen those muscles. Why do I have the tension? Are the thoughts that I'm thinking inappropriate to my well-being? So then I can change it. Go right down through your body, and sometimes you'll hold negative thoughts in your stomach. And as soon as you think of someone who that negative thought is about, you'll get that griping pain in your stomach. And you'll think, well, why is that happening? So it's using your mind to change your physical being. So the main thing is that the mind is very powerful. You are able to use it at any time, and you should investigate just how your mind's set, and using mindfulness will benefit you every day.
Thanks for those amazing tips, Sue. If you'd like to know more about Sue Williams and how hypnotherapy can aid athletic and our everyday performance and our general well-being, go to her webpage on our website, healthwellbeingandlifestyle.com.au. And after the break, we'll have another interesting guest with another interesting topic.
Stay tuned. After the break, animal communicator and therapist Caroline Pope is talking about digital technology and animal therapy. Hello and welcome back. Today in the studio we have Caroline Pope, an animal communicator and therapist, and today's topic is digital technology and animal health. Hello Caroline and welcome.
Thank you, it's good to be back.
Can you please explain to us how today's digital technology helps with animal health?
Hugely. I use a software program that maps over 150 points on the body field. So you can call it the body field, you can call it the aura, energy field. People have been used to that concept for quite a while. But in this case, Peter Fraser mapped the body field, and I'm able to scan an animal and know exactly what areas of the body field need correction. And of course, no therapist is 100% on their game every day. So it backs me up really nicely. Think of it like cheat notes on the computer game. I can see exactly what's going on, if I'm missing something, extra areas for me to concentrate on, those sorts of things. It's absolutely invaluable, and I now scan every animal I work with.
And how do you apply this technology?
I've got a little handheld bioenergetic device, and it emits frequencies. When you get to quantum, everything is frequency. So if something's not working properly, it's simply resonating at the wrong frequency. So this will then unblock that particular frequency and the corresponding meridian. So for example, if I'm treating a lumbar spine, it'll be the frequency of lumbar spine plus the lung meridian and the bladder meridian. If I'm working on the thoracic spine, it will be the bladder meridian and the gallbladder meridian. It will be unblocking as well as that particular frequency. And of course, that's why the acupuncturists used to put needles in. When you unblock the energy and get the energy flowing, that's good health and less pain. It's absolutely fascinating. And once I've scanned an animal, which takes 3 seconds, so it's great for cats, I can work on an animal without actually touching it, just using this handheld device. And particularly with cats or an animal that's really traumatized, when we had the bushfires, we were able to do a lot and help a lot. And for wildlife, birds, these sorts of things, it's just amazing technology, and it really helps in a non-invasive way. And the less stressed the animal is and the less pain the animal's in, obviously the quicker they're going to heal. I started with one of my own cats. It's always your own animals you do first. She was having pain-killing injections every second day. You couldn't pick her up. And we pretty much thought it was the end of the road, scanned her, and within an hour, she hadn't been able to use the litter. She was only able to defecate every 3rd or 4th day. It was just a disaster. And because she was so sore, within an hour, she'd use the litter. She was 100% until the day we euthanized her. She never needed another painkiller. That got my attention instantaneously. And then later down the track, one of my own animals, my Anatolian, for those that don't know, they're about 60, 65 kilo. They're a livestock guardian. He was 4. We now know he had a brain tumour. We didn't at the time, but he'd become really dangerous to the point that I'd actually separated the cats out of the room because I was so worried he was going to kill them, and his euthanasia had been scheduled the next day. I picked up my little handheld device because desperate people do desperate things. There were 5 brain settings on it. I used it. He lay down, he went to sleep, which he hadn't been able to do, got up and started to play for the first time in 6 months. Right, okay, cancelled the euthanasia. At first it was every second day. I used the machine, he was fine. Ultimately, as the disease progressed, it got down to every 3 hours, day and night. And that gave me nearly 4 months that I hadn't realised how many favours I could pull both nationally and internationally. But there are some things you can't fix, and a brain tumour is one of them. But it gave me 4 months of quality for both of us before we had to make that decision. And that was just huge. He was safe around me. He was pain-free. Couldn't ask for more. You can't save everything, but you can give them quality while you have them.
And does it cover all sorts of ailments?
Absolutely. It maps the brain with people, the German new medicine of the brain, the emotions. It does the meridians, how much energy the body is or isn't pulling in. It maps the immune system. It's fascinating stuff.
And what advice can you give our animal lovers out there in terms of the health of their animals?
When you see something or you think they're not quite right, that's when you want to treat something. You don't want to wait. You think of an animal, oh, they're a bit flat and it's been more than 24 hours. That's when you want to get onto it, not waiting till the dog actually growls at the child or whatever because they've been in pain for 2 weeks. Or if they miss more than one meal. Again, why? Being proactive rather than reactive makes a huge, huge difference in the quality and also how quickly. The quicker you pick up something, the quicker the animal's going to heal. Same with us. So getting on top of it early rather than dragging it out, oh, but I can't get there for 3 weeks or whatever, makes such a difference to the quality of the animal's life.
Oh, thank you so much. That's great advice. If you want to learn more about Caroline Pope and digital technology for animal health, go to her webpage on our website, healthwellbeingandlifestyle.com.au. That is our show for today. Please join us next week for some more great guests and fascinating topics.
If you'd like to know more about our show, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel.